What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't been posting recently, but as you may have seen by the title, yes, we are back at teamsport Dunstable for an open session. This was not too long ago, editing it about a couple of weeks after the event actually happened, and yeah, this was a surprise time, so I thought I was just going to or just going out with my mum, and then we end up turning up at Dunstable, and I was there. My dad turned up, and one of my mum's friends, actually, who does a bit of karting himself, who thought he could beat me. And as you've seen by the title, I've said that this is a very action-packed video. So yeah, let's get into this one. As we head out then, as you already know, of course, we've got the weird stop thing that Team Sport make you do, which we still don't know why they actually do it. Anyway, of course you know that we have two 15-minute sessions. I'll be showing bits that I thought was quite good from each. So I'll give you a quick rundown of that in a second, but of course as you head out, you've got to be under yellow light conditions like every open session, because there might be some people that we'd like to say just do not know how to drive at all sometimes. But anyway, the lights go green and let's go racing. We're already up the inside of somebody, a little bit of oversteer on exit because the car is just extremely cold already at this point. We're already gaining on people, taking easier lines. The guy in front seems to be quite shaky. We sort of throw out the inside. We actually lock the fronts a lot, and then we get stuck on the inside. And then the red flag comes out. Again, Team Sport do that weird check. My dad was on the inside of that guy behind. So yep, the lights go green again. We're actually on the outside of this guy who actually nicks the position back again. My dad goes through, we follow him through in kart 20. So yeah, let's see if we can follow him for a little bit. And not much after, we have our first yellow flag already. Somebody has hit the brakes too hard and spun on the inside. So yeah, that's our first yellow flag. There'll be many, and they'll have to go and recover that guy. I'm tyre warming a little bit from my dad in front there, and the lights go, they're going to go green in a second. They're about to go. Me and my dad aggressively warming up our tyres, because these karts have not been used for like at least 40 minutes by this point. And the lights go green and we're back racing again. Let's see if we can get a little bit of racing action out of us. Looks like someone's trying to defend actually from my dad. See if he goes up the inside. No, we all stick behind. He looks like he's going to go for a move up the inside. Loses a bit of momentum. Tries to switch back this guy here. And then we have another yellow flag already. So we're stuck behind this guy. There'll be many of these, so yeah, I'll cut to when we're in a bit more racing action. So the lights go green, we come back in a bit of a weird spot. We tried to fling up the inside of this guy. He's still on the outside. See if we can maybe make it round the outside. He has a horrible entry, and we're just going to absolutely fly past on the exit. Great move there. Dad's actually already pulled away a bit. We're going to send it up the inside from really far back. One of our best sends. Very happy there. And then we're back in a bit of clean air, see if we can put in some quick lap times. So yeah, I'm now going to give you a bit of a rundown of a lap if we can get some clean air. Here we go then, into turn one we go, onto the brakes, flick it around the first corner. One of my best ways I've actually took through there, surprisingly. Turn two, another hairpin, two fast right-handers, a little lift to make sure you get round, close to the two inside curves, hairpin, make sure you focus on exit. Here I didn't do very well, but we're already really gaining on the two in front. Going to try and send it up the inside. You would go a little bit wider there, through the hairpin, cut back round, through the double right-hander, nice and smooth, very quick. As you can see, we're really gaining on Dad here. Round the final corner, and we're going to head up to the line. So yeah, that's a lap, and we'll see if we can have a little bit of racing action here. As we come into a bit of traffic with the blue guy in front, he goes a bit wide and literally spins right in front of us. Should get back going again, or are we going to go to yellow flags? We're going to stay green because he's facing the right direction. We slowed down a little bit there, narrowly missing him. And then we're going to see if we can shape a move, but it does go yellow flags for the third time already. So as we come around turn two, we're back green flag racing once again. This is actually quite a good fight between me and my dad, because usually on the indoor tracks I'm really quick, and we've actually caught up to the man himself, Pacted. the friend, and we're trying to get like 3 wide in there. Pac's right in front of us. Dad on the inside. He's going to throw it up the inside. Great battle between us 3. We tried to go around the outside, past Pac already. He's going to try to follow our lines. Dad goes more defensive. We cut back round. See if we can get a run on him down the bit of the straight. We're going to try put him off. He's going to try cut back. He goes deep. He has a bit of a moment, and we cause him to go off. I'm waving my hand in the air because that was a great setup by me to cause him to make the mistake. That was a great battle because usually in the indoor tracks I'm just way too fast. But when it gets to outdoor, we have a little bit more fun because he has a bit more experience out there. And then I'm just going to go and race away into the distance as the 2 behind sort of just like learn off. Well, Pac sort of learns off Dad behind for a little bit. And yeah, I head into some clean air to try and get some fast laps down in kart number 7. So yeah, here we go then. We're about to go on to our fastest lap of the session, which is actually not a bad one. Into turn 1, pretty good turn 1. Get it flicked in for turn 2, keeps the kart's momentum going. We're actually pointing at someone who actually had quite a nice helmet, and so he ended up coming P2, I think, or P3 in the session. Pretty nice exit up the straight using a bit of the kangaroo, basically one of the karting techniques, whipping it through the hairpin, round the double right-hander, getting nice and tight to the barriers, getting really up close. And of course, since we only get like a couple laps in the session to do well, this is actually going to be not a bad lap time as we come to the line and get a 38.99. Pretty nice lap. So not long after this happens, I tried to go up the inside and the guy has no idea I'm there. It was probably a bit of a late move for me, but to be fair, people should really understand where other people are. When I go through, I do raise my hand a bit like you should be looking where you're going. But besides that anyway, we're still going with only, currently at the time, 3 yellow flags, which is actually surprising for open sessions. People were keeping it relatively clean until I almost die from the guy in front. We've had 2 close encounters now. I was screaming in my helmet because I was like, that is insane reactions. Like, I've had to have some crazy moments where I've had to have some mad reactions, as you might have seen on some of my shorts before. And at this point now, we're catching up to a guy with a kid with a quite nice looking suit and helmet, like a Spider-Man one, which is quite funny, and then Pac, who's also in front of him as well. So yeah, we're sort of chilling behind him. The kid almost like loses it slightly. We actually sort of follow in footstep, and Pac goes up the inside of someone. Pretty of a great move. We try to go up the inside of the kid. We bump him slightly. We go up the inside. Pac's being held up in front. He's being shut the door on, and yeah, we're about to have one of my best moves in karting. Here we go, guys. So we get the setup right. We get a lovely exit. We go up the inside. We make it 3 wide in this tight track. We make a wicked move. I'm screaming in the helmet there. Oh, fist bumping at all. Let me show you that again. So I've slowed it down slightly. I actually thought I had quite a good exit, but it was just because they both got held up from their bad exits. I slip up the inside, and bear in mind this is such a tight track, and somehow go up the inside of both of them. What a crazy, crazy move. One of my best in karting. Like, you don't usually go 3 wide at an indoor track, let me tell you that. So yeah, a little bit more cleaner now, so I'll cut back to some more action. Not some action, just a yellow flag. Once again, we have another yellow flag. Not entirely sure whereabouts on the track, but yeah, there was a yellow flag. Trying to see when the lights go back green. We are actually gaining on a bit of traffic. Pac's actually behind. He's really speeding up under the yellow flags just to try and get a bit of a slipstream for me, trying to learn the lines. Going very quick under the yellow flags. Very, very quick. Actually, almost like right behind me now. The lights are not green yet. We've almost been green for like a whole lap. It's because the marshal's walking back, and we're green and we're racing once again. Pac, I don't think, tries to go for a move because he knows the speed difference, and we've actually already got a great run away from him immediately as we catch up to another Pac. Let's see how we can carve through these lot then. Trying to go up the inside. We go alongside. He sees I'm there, and we make the first of 2 moves. Now gaining on kart 2. We got a bit of a bad exit from there. Trying to find our way through. but she actually puts herself in places that we could not get past. This was one of Pac's friends, and I was actually surprised from the technique that she was using, just where she was going like really tight into corners, and she told me afterwards that she was not quick or anything, but she was so slow on apexes, I could just genuinely not get past. I was trying to find places where I could do it, and it was just practically impossible. I was just like trying to find exit speed, but she'd also find it as well. She goes up the inside of this person, we follow through, can't get through there, really slows it down on the apexes. Didn't actually think she was meaning to, but yeah, just like going really tight. Somehow that was just her like normal line. I tried to go up the inside there, but I've had experiences before where people sort of like spin out the corner. We almost get hit again by another, we almost hit someone again. Like, you see how tight she's going into turn one, and because before I've had people who just like spin when you're trying to go up the inside of them for a switchback, I was being a tad cautious because I didn't want to really hit anyone and get like a black flag or whatever. So yeah, I was just trying to navigate, and I just couldn't find any way, because as soon as I tried to set up a switchback, it would just be shut down practically immediately. As you can just see, every lap just puts herself in places where I just cannot make a move. And she said that afterwards she was not meaning to. So I was like, wow, the way that you're driving may not be very quick. And again, she got held up by the guy in front of her, and I got stuck again. So yeah, I will cut to when I actually do finally make this pass. So a couple laps later, she got quite a bad exit. We almost run alongside, but then as we're going into this corner, we find the gap because she leaves it open, and we finally make the move. Some great defending there. The best defender of the day. Absolutely. Didn't even know if she was meaning to. But yeah, great defending by her. And now we're going to basically go off, and we don't have much long left of this session before it's going to end. So there was a couple laps at the end where I was trying to get like maybe 1 or 2 bits of clean air where I could just about get a lap in. But yeah, I just saw Anthony on the inside there who was working with the karts. He actually does end up coming out and testing one in the next session. Anthony, the race academy instructor, really nice guy. If you ever meet him, say hello. And yeah, that's basically the end of the session. We don't really encounter any more people, so I will cut to the next one. So we are here getting ready for session number 2. I'm just asking Pac if it was recording because I'd just like to check, which it was. And Pac is trying to like pose for the video, which was quite cool. And yeah, so we're here, session number 2. We're now in car 20. Let's get going then. So yeah, after somehow like basically a 6-minute wait because somebody in front took forever to do stuff, to do the brake check or whatever, people had already done their out lap. So yeah, me and Pat were really far behind already. This yellow flag I'm not going to count because of course this is the one that they have to do at the start of each session. So yeah, we're back out on track, trying to get some heat into the tyres, which you should do. Just basically what you really need to do is just when you're quite slow, foot onto the throttle as hard as you can, and then just like spin the steering wheel a bit. But yeah, anyway, we're green flag racing. The red flags are going to pop in a second, however, though. We are behind these two. The kid in the Spider-Man helmet swapped with his dad, and he's now got his helmet. Now we're trying to go up the inside of car 4, getting shut down, trying to go up inside again, somehow defending randomly out of the blue. And yeah, so we do now have an actual yellow flag. And yeah, we'll cut to when this finishes. It actually becomes a red flag as we pull alongside the guy in the blue because something has happened down at the bottom. They're trying to sort some carts out. I'm pretty sure the guy in the blue there was a problem with his cart or something. They're trying to get him to do something. So yeah, that's even more of the session. They don't actually recede it, so you get actually a bit more time. But anyway, we're back racing again. Although it's yellow flag, we absolutely send it. Triple overtake because nobody was there. The first one was actually on the yellow. The first 2 were actually on the yellow, but forget that. 4 overtakes in like 2 corners already is absolutely insane, and we're already in a bit of clean air. So yeah, let's get going again. So yeah, now we've just about caught up to this kid in front, and the lights do go yellow. They won't be hopefully yellow for too long, just to see what we can basically do with him, see if we can do anything about it. But as you can see there, there was a guy on the inside, but since he's been recovered now, the lights are going to go green as we turn the corner. The lights go green, let's go racing. Let's see what we can do here. He'll notice me very soon, I remember. And yeah, he does. He absolutely points me to the right spot and tries, and is basically going to hopefully try and follow me. He's going to get stuck behind that guy behind, and we're going to slip and slide through. So yeah, we're going to have a tad bit of clean air before we hit the next group of carts that are all quite close together. And so yeah, let's see if we can catch up to them quite quickly. Here they all are. There's like 4 of them. As we're coming to the back of the first one, see if we can maybe slip it up the inside at any point. Both of them get quite a bad exit. We get shut out, trying to find a way through. Being a tad cautious at this point, just because we just don't want to be stupid or anything. They actually go flying into each other. We're going to go around the outside of the first one. I don't know why I was just being quite cautious. I think it was just because, yes, this was what I was about to do. So, I was getting a bit of the problems due to the fact that my seat was actually slightly too far back. So I try and call him over, just trying to say to him that could you possibly move the seat forward slightly, and off I go back just behind someone in a yellow helmet. Actually came P2 in this race, so he was one of the fastest ones out there with us, but still quite a little bit slower. So yeah, let's see if we can catch up to this pack and maybe get some moves done. So now right up the back side of pack right now, and trying to sort of make some movements. As actually he goes flying up the inside. We actually back off. I don't know why we actually were at the time. I'm just trying to remember. What were we doing? I think we were just sort of sitting behind, just trying to see what he was doing, just trying to analyse how he raced. I think at the time he was actually trying to go for quite a few sends. He's trying to see where I am, but he didn't know that I was there at the point. The kid in front in the yellow helmet tries to go for a move, doesn't actually achieve it. We're going to try focus on just, I guess we were just trying to focus on sitting behind a little bit and just maybe like trying to get the right moment to make a move. We were making some weird movements, and at this point you could see we have a gigantic train in front of us. And yeah, I was just like, okay, wow. So yeah, let's see if we can get this done. And let's start making some moves. Trying to maybe find a bit of a way into turn 1, but we're just being cautious. We don't want to make anything crazy happen. The guy in the blue goes quite far out wide, goes flying up the inside. He gets stuck behind the kid in the yellow, and then we have our next yellow flag. So I'll cut to when that finishes, and we'll try and make some more moves up through the pack. So the lights go green, and we are racing again. I'm trying to tell him to go, go, go. Just trying to like basically see how he races, and he absolutely already sends a move up the inside. We're sort of chilling behind, and then of course he makes a mistake. We slip up the inside. So that's already a couple more moves done. We're going to try keep going. He actually absolutely smashes us in the rear. I defend from him to make sure he doesn't do it again, which he will do because he was just going crazy. We're getting a bit crazy into turn 1 multiple carts. He actually sends it back up the inside, but of course we have the inside line, so it doesn't really matter, although he's on the outside line. The guy in front goes somehow wide, so we make another move up the inside. The guy in front absolutely sends it up the inside. We're going to get a massive switch back past the guy in the blue, and then we're gaining on the guy in cart 4, and then we're going to send it up the inside, get quite tight. We sort of get very held up. I raised my hand to show that that was a bit of a problem there by him. We're going to go for the switch back. He blocks it, trying to find a way through. We get absolutely careered by Pack again, who just keeps absolutely just doing the wrong thing every time. Keeps hitting us in the rear because he's sort of using us as a brake, which was a bit of a dumb idea from him. So yeah, I'll cut to when we've finally got a little bit of space from him. So it's been quite a while. We've actually set our fastest lap already, and we're just gaining on someone with about 3 minutes remaining. Not long from the end now, trying to see if we can maybe sneak a move up the inside here or there as we come to the end of this karting episode with me. So kart 18, sort of, it was the dad of the boy who originally did have the Spider helmet on, but the Spider-Man helmet on, but they switched. I was sort of making a little bit of mistakes here and there. He leaves the door wide open, sending it up the inside, making the move with people watching, clapping their hands for the great move up the inside. So yeah, nice move from me. Is there any more action left? Yes, there is indeed. There is a tad bit of action left as the guy in front makes a horrible exit and on kart 17, and we actually go and slip it up the inside for our final overtake of the day. So yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Make sure to subscribe for some more karting content, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me basically having some crazy races with some other people. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.